get ready for the beginning of the first set. Eagles will start with the serve. Vasquez Gomez with a nice hit. Sent right back to the Panthers. And there comes the freshman, Olivia Babcock, starting off early for the Panthers.
Great job of the Panthers. Again, it was all about the net play. They were able to keep the ball and then get that ball to the outside. Olivia Babcock in that rotation, hitting from the far pin, and just such a powerful swing.
Coming off of an 11-kill match against UNC, Vasquez Gomez with the serve. Blocked at the net. Eagles keep it up. And it's going to be tipped off. Point goes to the Panthers once again.
And what a job by Emma Monks in the middle. She had what we thought was a block, but then a great job by Boston College keeping it alive and then able to finish it off with the kill. Emma Monks coming in as a graduate transfer from Michigan State, really having the best year of her career last season, but is really elevating that this season with Pitt.
Eagles look to respond, and they do. Number 9, Katrina Jensen, coming off of a 15-kill match against Louisville. Talk about those seniors and their impact for Boston College. Starting here early, getting a point there, really important to stay in this first set. Yelling with the serve. Panthers return, and in a high fashion, Babcock once again on the point.
Babcock getting her first kill on that far pin and then coming back in her natural position here on the right pin and doing the exact same thing, just putting that ball down with authority.
Kat Flood back to serve for the Panthers. A 3-1 lead in the first set. Shot by Schroeder. Panthers looking to respond, and they do. Tori Stafford gets the point for the Panthers. Another freshman making a big impact early.
And that play just kind of epitomizes what Pitt is able to do with their out-of-system play. They had the ball. Valeria Vasquez Gomez actually bump set that ball up and then put it in a great spot for Stafford to be able to put the ball away.
With a nice shot. Looks like it's going to fall on the Eagles side after a meet-up at the net. 4-2 Panthers still with the lead. Grace Penn now to serve for the Eagles. A senior from Manhattan Beach, California. Woklow, a great shot. And the Panthers another point, taking the serve back.
And now the incredible serve from Olivia Babcock, the huge topspin serve.
The freshman from LA. Crazy topspin on that. As you mentioned, Vasquez Gomez with a nice save. What a shot by Tori Stafford. Can't do much if you're the Boston College Eagles after a shot like that.
Not when she's able to get through the block, and then it's just one-on-one with that powerful swing from the freshman against that defense. Very hard to try to get that ball up whenever it's not touched at all at the net.
Averaging over 5 kills in ACC play, hitting at .305. And there's a service ace for Babcock. As you mentioned, that topspin just hitting the line there at the end. And what a serve. Pitt finds themselves up early in the first set, 7-2.
Babcock second on this team in aces now with 12 on the season.
Another serve going to go just too far. It's tough to dance the line there. You got to give and take a little bit. It's definitely a risk.
Yeah, it really is a risk reward with that kind of serve. We saw what happened with the reward with it being able to just drop on the line on the serve before that, and then just that one getting underneath of the ball too much.
A great recovery. Sets up the freshman once again, Tori Stafford.
And Rachel Fairbanks actually set that ball, set that ball from her knees in the front row up to Stafford on the outside.
A great heads-up play by the Panthers. Tori Stafford at the serve. Nice block at the net. Eagles are going to find themselves a hole there. Jenna Pollock on the kill.
And on that one, Chiamaka Woglo kind of fell a little bit on this near pin and then was not able to get all the way out. So really a single block on the outside, but a great swing from Boston College, exactly what they need to get themselves back in this first set.
Murphy to serve for Boston College. And Babcock just coming right in the middle there. Once again, just such a powerful shot coming from the freshman. Once it gets past that line, you just can't do anything about it.
And a beautiful offensive set from the Panthers as Chiamaka Wokolo ran a slide, so she kept the blockers honest, and that left just a single blocker in the middle against that powerful swing from the 6'5" Babcock.
Another service error for the Panthers. Their second of the night. 9-5 in the first set. Dan Fisher on the sideline, putting together an 11-2 record for the Panthers so far, 2-0. And boy, he's had a lot of success with the Panthers. An .852 win percentage at home in the Dan Fisher era. Just doing an absolutely fantastic job at building this program up and keeping it at such a high experience level. You talk about some of the freshmen. It's the highest freshman ranked class in Pitt history, and the future is looking bright for the Panthers.
And you talk about the success that he's had at home, just the success overall for this program, the winningest program over the past 4 seasons in all of college volleyball.
Great kill by Vasquez Gomez on the far side. Their last year season, 2022, ended in a Final Four matchup against Louisville. Took them to 5 sets, couldn't finish. But they're getting closer and closer every time, it seems. A nice tip over by the Eagles. Looks like there might be a violation there.
Yeah, it looked like they called Emma Monks in the net on that block attempt, so fortunate for Boston College to be able to get that point, and we'll see what they can do with it.
Panthers with the setup, Babcock with the hit, directed right back at it. Babcock again. It's going to get past the line and a point for Panthers. 12-6 now. And Babcock seems to be the star of the first set here.
And on the back end of that, the defense for Boston College, Anna Murphy has seemed to be just a step behind a lot of those kill attempts as she's kind of reaching at the last second to try to get that ball up.
Eagles looking for something, blocked at the net. Have to recover here. Just going to hit it to the other side. Set by Fairbanks, and there comes Stafford with an unreal kill. Panthers up big. Timeout's going to be taken by...
Climb as well with what they've been able to do, having their most successful season last season with 24 wins.
Still some building to go for Boston College, but what a conference to do it in the ACC. Becoming one of the powerhouses in volleyball, especially now with the addition of Stanford in just a year or two. Nice block by the Panthers there. Emma Monks.
And why not Emma Monks? 7th in the country in blocks per set is Emma Monks at 1.54, so that got her first one here in the first set. But then that puts her at first, as we said, in the ACC as well.
The transfer from Michigan State Eagles are going to get another point there, trying to hold on and not let this first set slip away. If you're Boston College, you got to fight back here. The first set means a lot, Amanda.
And you really just have to get a little bit more going offensively. Katrina Jensen just having 2 kills, and then Elena Crabtree is still without a kill. So those are the 2 players that we talked about off the top that really need to have success, and they haven't been able to do it early on, which I think equates to what we see right now with the score at 15-7 in favor of the Panthers.
Another point going the Panthers' way after the service error. First set, always got to be careful. We'll shoot himself in the foot there. Some mistakes can cost you. Service error going right back. I guess you could call that even now.
And that's the thing that if you're both teams, you really want to clean up. If you're the Panthers, you look at yourself sitting at 2-0 in the conference, number 8 in the country. Those small things are all the difference when you start playing Louisville and Georgia Tech and you start getting down to the wire in ACC play.
Set by Fairbanks. Once again, there's Babcock dancing on the line. She's got it. Panthers seem to be going up here in the first set. Boston College defense just has no answer for Babcock right now, who already has 5 kills.
And it's also about the efficiency when you look at it. 5 kills on 7 attempts, which puts her hitting at a 7-14 clip. But there with her second service error already of the night. And again, that's kind of those things that I talked about. All those little things that you want to be cleaning up and starting to really perfect as you move your way through the season in ACC play.
If you're the Eagles, you have to take advantage of mistakes like that from the Panthers. Not sure what to do. Stafford just tips it over. A nice shot by Crabtree, who's been relatively quiet in the game. Looks like it's going to go off of a tip. Boston College point. And now a 6-point game in the first set here. 16-10. Panthers still with the lead, but seem to be bleeding a little.
Boston College becoming more active offensively, which is exactly what they need to do. But another service error between these 2 teams. Now 6 service errors already here early on in this first set.
Schroeder on the serve. The freshman out of Frisco, Texas. Hit it over. Here comes Hoppus. Panthers look to respond. Vasquez Gomez. She's going to get the point for the Panthers.
And we've talked about the young players for this Panthers team, but then you have a player in Valeria Vasquez Gomez who's just kind of that dependable, you know you can throw the ball up and she's going to do something great with it. And we saw that there, kind of a little bit, a rally going long, and then Vasquez Gomez just finishing it off.
Part of the 2023 preseason All-ACC team. A key part to this Pitt offense. Panthers are going to get the point after deflection off the attempted
for these young players.
Stafford on the serve. It's going to be called a Pitt point. Service ace for the freshman. It's part of the Team USA Youth National Team back in 2022 on a gold medal. It's the first Panther to ever do that, making history before she even got on the team. 20-10, Boston College needs to stop the bleeding here. Attempted kill there, not going to do it. Good blow, Vasquez Gomez all over.
Really tough on the outside for Jenna Pollock going up against that big double block of Chiamaka Wokolo and Vasquez Gomez, and she was kind of trailing off on that swing, so she wasn't able to get as much power behind it as she would have liked. Eagles with some confusion on their side. First
set starts to slip away. Looks like there was a little bit of confusion between Haggerty and another Eagle out there.
But you really have to credit Stafford and what she's been able to do with this float serve, causing so many fits for this back line of Boston College. And there, the overpass. Chiamaka Wokolo knows exactly what to do when that ball comes over.
Wokolo, a crucial part of this team. Panthers bringing her back for the 5th year. All 5 years spent at the Panthers. We've talked a little bit about some players out of the portal for the Panthers, but they're able to keep some players as well. Wokolo, one of them. And just shows the building of this program.
And really the culture of this Pitt program and the emphasis that they put on these players as student athletes, and just the type of emphasis that they have on making sure that they are ready physically, ready mentally, and just really focusing on them as individuals, not just players.
Audrey Ross and Amelia Roach. Double block there. Panthers with the set point. Booker back there with the serve. Going to give it to the Eagles. Dig was just a little too late. Panthers couldn't get on top of it.
A great swing from Pollock. I talked about the swing that she had that was a little bit off on that last attempt, and then they're really able to get everything behind that one.
Panthers with the serve. Panthers have to throw it over to keep it alive. Here come the Eagles. A great dig. Stafford sends it to the other side. Blocked at the net. Eagles got to get it to the other side. A great volley between the two teams. Vasquez Gomez finishes it off. The 25th point for the Panthers. And they will take set one. Pitt up 1-0. Matchup against Boston College. First set, it's a fresh set here. Fairbanks going to serve for the Panthers. And just like that, Panthers score to start the set. Emma Monks.
And it's literally a mirror image of what we saw to begin the first set. Emma Monks kicking it off. And that's one of my keys for the Panthers, really, is to get their middles active. And I talked about the distribution that they have, but also you want to make sure that you get your middles involved, because then that makes those blockers stay honest, and then they're not able to cheat one direction or another.
That's going to go too far for the Eagles. Another mistake by them. You got to clean up those mistakes, especially going into set number 2 here in the beginning. You don't want to let this one slip away too fast. Panthers only up 2-0. But in the blink of an eye, it could be a whole lot more. This Panthers offense is not only deadly, but they are fast and efficient. Vasquez Gomez punches that one in. Another point for the Panthers. They start off on a 3-0 tear. And they look like they haven't skipped a beat.
I really don't have words for what Valeria Vasquez Gomez just did to that ball. I mean, waiting for it to come over onto her side of the net and then just powering that ball down.
A little bit of that seniority showing. She's got 5 kills in the match so far. A net violation is going to be called.
Yeah, that ball actually going off in the hand of the BC attacker and then hitting that antenna, so automatically out, and that gives the Panthers another point starting here as they really just keeping that momentum from the first set.
Fairbanks still back to serve for the Panthers. Eagles got to get it across. It's going to be too far. And the Eagles just don't look like they're on the same page right now. They're going to have to call a timeout, regroup here.
Great first pass, that's what they need here, and then get that good second touch, and then just really hone in on getting a strong swing.
Boston College with 6 errors. The service error coming up for Fairbanks, going to give Boston College their first point of the second set. And a break like this is all you need, Amanda. Quick turnaround. Volleyball is a fast game, and in the blink of an eye, it can be tied up.
And I always love to credit the coaches. They obviously don't score any points, but I like to chalk that up as a win for Coach Kennedy, as after the timeout, that serve went out of bounds.
A point is a point, whether it's your score or not. Panthers lining up Babcock on the near side. Just still no answer from the Eagles. Amanda, I don't even know if there is an answer out there. How do you control Babcock?
You're going to have to try to cheat her direction wherever she is, and then really, really get on her hitting shoulder as blockers.
Babcock with 6 kills in the match so far. After deflecting off of a couple Pitt Panthers, the Eagles get their second point of the set, their first one that they earned after a service error from Fairbanks to give them their first. Sophia Lambros out there, a senior from California. And once again, just time and time again, the Panthers just find a new player to spotlight. Emma Monk's coming back now. Another great kill. Panthers are up 5.
And now Logan Mosley, the transfer from Virginia Tech, seeing her first action here in this game against Boston College. So very familiar with ACC play as Logan Mosley, as she comes in and misses that serve.
And Amanda, we really haven't seen too many volleys between the two besides that last point, the set point. Pitt ended up winning in that first set. It's been a very back and forth game. Score a quick point there. Not a lot of volleys between the two teams.
Yeah, very decisive whenever it's a point for either team. Not, like you said, not a lot of rallies. As that ball just out on the swing of Babcock. So really, I think the answer might be that Babcock really has to stop herself. You talk about what Boston College can do, but she might just need to stop herself there as she hit that one out of bounds. Now just down 3 is BC.
She's a force you can't stop. You just have to contain her. There's another crazy hit, a great block there by BC. 2 great blocks. Fantastic job, Katrina Jensen sharing that block there.
And also Julia Haggerty, we talked about her blocking prowess and what she's been able to do, 4th in the ACC in blocks per set, and now picking up her first of the match.
BC now only down by 2 after a great point by them. Stafford tries to get sneaky. And a quick return to sender by Babcock on the far side. Panthers set up. Here comes Wokolo. And a crazy strong kill coming from the grad student for the Panthers, putting them up 3 now.
Whenever the offense is that fast, there is zero hope on the other side of the net. With that great quick first touch, then getting the ball straight to the hands of Rachel Fairbanks, and then no chance for a blocker to be able to get up against Wokolo.
Fairbanks with 18 assists so far in the match. A great kill by number 9 there, Katrina Jensen. Keeping the Eagles in this game, they're down by 2. They fought back after being down 4 or 5. Boston College is in this second set and making sure they are present and known. Wokolo blocked at the net. Another block. We talked about a lot of big blockers in this game on both sides. Julia Haggerty, part of that, sharing that block, has done an absolutely phenomenal job at controlling some of these offensive pieces for Pitt. More miscommunication on the Panther side. It's tied 8-8 in the second set. Boston College battling back to make this second set a close one.
And you really have to credit Coach Kennedy calling that early timeout. It's risky. You only get 2 timeouts. He called it at 5-0, and now he finds his team even with the Panthers at 8.
Stafford finally getting a point there for the Panthers. Boston College was on a 3-0 scoring run before that shot. Panthers regain the lead. Stafford will set up for the serve. And the Eagles look like a different team after that timeout being called. Great recovery by the Panthers. An attempt to dig. Eagles can't keep it up. Panthers now with a 2-point lead. But Boston College is making this a set. That's all you really want to do when you come into the second set after dropping that first one. Got to stay close with the Panthers, and they're doing a great job of it. Back-to-back blocks by the Panthers. Woklo and Vasquez-Gomez all over that, and would not let those offensive pieces breathe for Boston College.
Just really suffocating sometimes with the Panthers block. You have a couple of swings attempts in a rally and then nothing going.
Little bump by Schroeder to the Panthers. Vasquez-Gomez once again. Looks like they're going to call it in. Another point for the Panthers. They are now on a 4-0 scoring run after being tied 8-8.
Game of runs really so far in this match. You look at the Panthers starting 5-0, then Boston College coming back with a 3-0, now a 4-0 run.
Some miscommunication. Boston College manages to get it over. Wokolo trying to just tap it over the line. Stafford putting an end to the volley. Panthers now on a 5-0 run since being tied with Boston College, as their lead gets bigger and bigger. Another quick tap at the net for the Eagles. And Babcock's going to make them pay. Panthers now on a 6-0 run. And Amanda, there have been a couple of quick taps over the line. Hasn't been a lot of offensive chances for Boston College.
And that's the thing, they're not getting a solid first contact. They're putting the ball way too tight, so then their setter only has the chance to be able to try to have a one-handed quick set, and that's not successful. A much better pass there, and you could see then a better contact. So it's all about that first contact and what you're able to do with it. And when you put your setter in the position to be so tight to the net, they only have one option, and that's where the Panthers were able to really start to get going with their block, because they knew exactly where the ball was going to go.
Allie Schroeder taking advantage of that. Kind of talked that one into existence there, Amanda. Stafford with another kill. I mean, Tori Stafford has been all over the place. That's now 7 kills for her. And 3 Pitt Panthers now with 7 or more kills in the match so far.
And that's what makes it so hard as a defense, because you say, okay, we're going to try to take Olivia Babcock out of the game. Well, what are you going to do about Tori Stafford and Valeria Vasquez-Gomez and Chiamaka Wokolo and Emma Monks? Like, you can't just focus on trying to take one player out because there's so many others behind them.
Babcock once again. Just rolling. Panthers on a 7-1 run here. And they seem to have separated themselves from Boston College in the second set. Kat Flood with the serve. Nice hit by Pollock for Boston College. And a great block for the Eagles. Jenna Pollock taking over for the Eagles. It's a 6-point set. Allie Schroeder with the serve, the freshman out of Texas. Just barely going to make it over the net. Get a little bit of a lucky break there. Nonetheless, Eagles score a point.
Emma Monks tried to use all of her 6'4" frame there to inch closer to the net as that ball just trickled over.
That one too long. Panthers will take the point right back.
And that's one of those things, I've talked about it a couple of times here, you can't do that. If you're either team, you can't be handing free points over, and especially if you're Boston College. Pitt just went on a huge run. You're trying to climb back into this second set, and then you hand a point right over.
Jenna Pollock with the kill for the Eagles after a couple quick taps by the Panthers. They can't get a grasp of it. And we're seeing glimpses of greatness from Boston College. They just haven't been able to string it together. It always seems an error comes, or I guess a Babcock kill on the other side. They just haven't been able to piece it together.
Do you think that she heard you talking about her, or what?
I guess so.
Coming up there.
That was her cue, I guess.
9th kill of the night for Olivia Babcock, increasing the Panthers' lead now to 6.
Vasquez Gomez, the serve. Here come the Eagles. Julia Haggerty on the kill. Standing at only 6'2". You'd think she'd be a little bit taller with the amount of blocks she has. She's 4th in the ACC, just coming off of a 9-block match. And she just makes her presence known there in the middle.
And one of the best offensive sets that we've seen from Boston College, getting that great first pass. And on the other side, that's what we've been seeing recently from Boston College with those overpasses, but they're a rare overpass coming from the Pitt passers.
Audrey Ross on the quick tap. Get the extra point. It's a 4-point set. Boston College coming right back. And Babcock cuts it off. Not a fan of Boston College trying to bring it back here in the second set. She wants the last say. She's going to get it. That's now 10 kills for the freshman.
First player in double digits here tonight.
A quick tap over by the Eagles. And there it is. Stafford on the other side. The freshman duo has just been unstoppable. You talk about picking your poison almost, going back and forth. A timeout's going to be called here. The score 20-14, Panthers on top of the Eagles in the second set.
It's really just all about execution, and Boston College not the greatest at this moment, especially with those first passes.
Boston College called the timeout. Quick tap by Stafford. Blocked. Once again, looks like it's going to be called a net violation. BC gets a break there. And Amanda, how important are these runs for BC? They really haven't been able to piece it together through almost 2 sets now. A couple of good streaks, but Panthers have been breaking it up pretty well.
And even if you're Boston College and you don't get the win in this second set, it's all about momentum. And we've seen that through all of these matches as a battle at the net between these two teams. But it really is all about momentum. So if you can build some to go into the third set, then that's exactly what you need to do. But it's so hard when you have all these battles that it seems like you're about to get the point and then it just doesn't fall your way.
Wokolo with the hit right down the middle. Eagles now down by 6. It's a tough atmosphere to come into, Amanda. We've been talking all about the atmosphere of volleyball in the Fitzgerald Fieldhouse especially. But I want to kind of talk about a little bit of an extra detail here. Coach Fisher is a man of detail. And he's got every single piece of the puzzle he has thought about in this environment to make it as hard as possible for their opponents.
Including the Pitt band. They're a key piece of this volleyball team. I mean, obviously the players on the court are the ones that really get the job done, but what the job that the band is able to do, the fans, I mean, he loves what the Pitt volley band brings and how they're able to really psych out the opponent playing during all their warm-ups, and just really loves what they are able to bring to this great atmosphere. Also really loves what his freshmen have been able to do as well, now with 10 kills and 9 kills each.
A great showing by the Panthers. Up by 6, looking to close things out here. Stafford with another service error. And you got to be careful with those points. We've been talking about it. Boston College hasn't completely been able to capitalize, but they have definitely gotten on some runs after a couple Pitt mistakes.
Boston College only scored 12 points in that first set, and now up to 17. The Panthers only up 5. They still have to close it out, and like you said, those little small errors, and now 8 service errors on the night for the Panthers.
Back and forth they go. Vasquez Gomez looking to end the volley. She does. Coming from that left side. A senior rising above. Panthers 2 points away from taking the second set. Vasquez Gomez now with 8 kills on the night. Only 1 error. Great shot by Hallie Schroeder. Trying to keep BC alive here late in the second set. But there's been quite a few points scored by Schroeder, and you almost want to take it into the third set there. She's been a little bit of a spark for BC. They haven't been able to capitalize, but hopefully you take that into the third set.
Find that hot hand and just keep going until it cools off.
Miscommunication there between Emma Monks and Rachel Fairbanks. Once again, some of these Panther errors making it a close game. Only a 4-point difference between the two. Fairbanks with the set, Babcock with the kill. And the Panthers find themselves with another set point coming up. Rachel Fairbanks back to serve for the Pitt Panthers. And an error is going to come for BC. An easy point for the Panthers. The service ace for them is going to wrap it up in the second set. Sparks there at the end of the second set. But besides that, it's been relatively quiet on the offensive side for Boston College. Babcock got to get it over. Here come the Eagles. Blocked at the net. Jensen tried to get it across and just met by that front line for the Panthers.
And Rachel Fairbanks saying thank you, block, as she went all the way over to the far pin and even went up against the scoreboard across from us and then had to come all the way back in the middle of that play.
Vasquez Gomez with the first Pitt serve, and Stafford makes quick work of that. Panthers up 2-0 early. And this Panthers offense just giving no time and no type of retaliation option for the Eagles. It's going to go just too far. Hallie Schroeder trying to fit that one in a tight corner. She can't get it. And there's errors like that that continue for Boston College.
And it looks like we will have our first challenge of the night. No challenges through the first 2 sets, so looks like Boston College is thinking there might be a touch on.
Reconvene and take a breath. Vasquez Gomez is going to serve for the Panthers. The only server of the set. And a great dig by the Panthers, sending it right back. Boston College trying to keep it up. They can't. And a great play by the Panthers all around.
And what a smart play from Emma Monks there. Knew exactly where she was on the court, and that ball was not going to have a chance to go anywhere it needed to go on her side, so might as well throw it over, catch Boston College sleeping a little bit as that ball came over on the second touch rather than the third.
Allie Schroeder trying to get something through that front line. Hasn't been able to find a hole to get it through. And Pitt once again with a 5-0 lead. They had a 5-0 lead to start the second set as well.
I mean, I don't know where you find a hole in a block that's 6'4" and 6'5".
Eagles just barely get it over. Fairbanks with a great set. Stafford blocked at the net. A great block by Jensen, giving Boston College a breath of fresh air.
And also in on that block, Peyton Minyard, another senior on this team, getting in on the action. Between her and Jensen, able to stuff Stafford.
Fairbanks with the set. Babcock, just unbelievable, able to find those spots on the court. It seems like, I mean, Boston College isn't even able to attempt to dig at half of these, and they just haven't been able to respond.
And you really have to credit Rachel Fairbanks on what she's been able to do moving the ball around, because the reason why those kills are so effective is because she's able to create those one-on-one opportunities for her hitters. They don't have huge double blocks in front of them because she does such a good job spreading the ball around and is so deceptive with her sets.
Panthers up 6-1. Kat Flood with a nice save. Here comes Stafford. Just barely gets past the front line. Schroeder with a nice hit. First volley of the set. Boston College is going to, excuse me, that's Panthers going to take it after a deflection at the net.
A great block, just not able to get the ball to fall down on the Panthers side. So Boston College doing a better job at the net, but then the Panthers on the other side even stronger offensively.
Stafford saw that one a mile away. Just put it too high, and these are the errors that put you down 8-1 against the Panthers.
And the errors that cause timeouts, as we see Coach Jason Kennedy taking his first year. And then you have a player on the side that we haven't seen tonight either in Rachel Jepson, who's come along as a really strong player, not seeing any action tonight, but has over the course of the season. So just speaking to the depth of this Panthers team and what they're able to do, even with having a player that they were looking forward to having season-ending surgery early in this 2023 season.
Bree Kelly, part of that 2023 preseason All-ACC team, coming from Florida. It's her first year with the Panthers. She'll most likely get another year of eligibility, so Panthers are going to try to hold on to her. And once again, just continue to build the program. And kind of mesh seniors and grad students with some of these freshmen that are just having an outstanding season so far, an outstanding game. The top two Panthers for kills, 13 and 12, are Babcock and Stafford, respectively. Looks like that one's going to be called just out. And Panthers are dominating in this set with a 10-1 lead.
And it's really just been a culmination of what we've seen through the first two sets. They've just been building on it. We saw the success in the first set, and then in the middle of that second set, really kind of even between these two teams, and then just using that momentum to finish out the second set and find it here in the third set, as you see the service error there from Kat Flood. And if you could say something negative on the side for these Panthers tonight, it's been the errors that we've seen. Now 9 service errors compared to just 3 for Boston College.
Spoke that one into existence.
And right back, and that's been the third time that we've seen that happen, at least the third time. And if you're Boston College, and you're Coach Kennedy, you just have to shake your head. What can you tell your players whenever you're handed a free point, you absolutely cannot hand one right back?
And once again, another bit of a misstep by Jenna Pollock at the net. Can't get it over, bounces off an odd spot of her hand.
And that's tough. In this rotation in serve receive, she finds herself on the outside. So she's trying to swing as she is a middle blocker in the lineup.
Babcock has some crazy spin on that. We've talked a little bit about, you know, the risk reward. And she's had quite a bit of service errors tonight. They're paying off with a couple aces, a couple errors back and forth. It seems to kind of go neutral after you get to the third set.
But if you're Coach Fisher, you really want that cleaned up. You don't want to have that ratio of a couple of service errors along with a couple of service aces. But you'll take that.
Stafford with a great kill on the left side. Unstoppable. Our 13th kill of the night. Panthers have a 10-point lead in the third set, making sure they leave no question about it. Another tap over by Haggerty. Is it going to be tipped off? It looks like it was. Looks like it got the finger of Jenna Pollock right at the edge of the net.
And that
flying out of bounds.
That was a really, really low swing, so there was a very strong chance that there was going to be a touch on that as the blockers are going up and that ball is so close to the net.
And a block for the Panthers, Vasquez Gomez and Wokolo on the left side there.
That one was all Vasquez Gomez, though. Wokolo was in there as a supporting actress, but Valeria Vasquez Gomez took that one single-handedly.
This third set for the Panthers has been focused on this defense, only allowing 3 points now. Of course, a couple of errors, including that one for Boston College, but you know, you're up 16-3, and only allowing 3 points in the third set right now. This is a great look for the Panthers defense.
And just all about momentum. You can take momentum from set to set, and it can carry from game to game. You think about, hey, we had a great 3-0 set win. An amazing
save by the freshman duo. Wokolo getting it to the other side. A quick tap over by Haggerty. It's going to give them the point. But, man, I mean, you like to see that from your freshmen. Stafford and Babcock working together to get it to Wokolo over the net.
I have no clue how Tori Stafford just kept that ball alive. And then it's one of those things where you look at your teammates like, man, if only we could have actually got that point after I just had that great up.
The duo continues to impress the crowd, the coach, and everybody here. Panthers will take the point, up by 13 now. And it seems as though Boston College has lost all steam. They scored 12 in the first set, 19 in the second, and now with only 4 points in the third set. Time is against them. Another quick tap over by Boston College. Vasquez Gomez looking to make them pay. Eagles bumping it all around. They have to get it over to the other side. A crazy turn of events. Stafford looking to end it. She can't. Eagles with a great dig. A great volley between the two. Stafford's got to get it over to the other side. And here come the Eagles and a great kill by Audrey Ross.
The freshman coming up with a huge swing, and that's the aggression that you need if you're Boston College. In the beginning of that set, it was really just about tapping the ball over, tip here, tip there, back and forth, and then that's the aggression that you want to see. Someone stepping up and saying, I'm going to finish this point.
Fairbanks with a great set, and Emma Monks just finishing it off for the Panthers. It seems after a great, hard-earned point like that for Boston College takes up so much time and energy, the Panthers score one 10 times faster and just in the blink of an eye using so little energy. Panthers trying to keep this one alive. Stafford, I don't think she's going to want to dive for that one. I mean, you're up quite a bit. You don't want to risk the body that much. Audrey Ross on a great hit there for Boston College to get them another point.
And back-to-back kills for the freshman, Audrey Ross. And really impressed also, we've been obviously impressed with the Panthers freshmen, but Hallie Schroeder and Audrey Ross have been impressive also for this Boston College team and what they've been able to do. Haven't really been able to have any type of rhythm offensively, but they have been able to come in and kind of give a little bit of a spark. The spark hasn't been able to continue, but they've brought it.
Great dig by Anna Murphy there. Eagles can't do anything about it. Looks like there's a little confusion if it hit the floor. It looks like it did. Eagles are going to play through it, but it's going to be a Panther point. Coach Kennedy looks fairly upset on the sideline. Logan Mosley on the serve. A great dig by the Panthers. They're going to send it over to the other side. Lexis Akeo on the dig. A great block by the Panthers. And once again, just will not let the Eagles breathe here.
And it seemed like Emma Monks and Tori Stafford there just hung in the air forever. And we're just able to keep the ball off of their side of the court, as we just had that challenge used essentially as a timeout in November. But you talk about a powerhouse coming into Pittsburgh. Georgia Tech looms a week from tonight.
That Louisville Pitt matchup has become an amazing matchup to watch over the last couple times, whether it is in ACC play or in the tournament. I mean, you want to talk about two great teams going at it. Being in the same conference, now getting Stanford in there as well. You have Georgia Tech coming up. Boston College on the rise as well. A lot of great teams coming from the ACC. Hallie Schroeder sneaks it in past the block. Gets BC the point.
And Schroeder ties her teammate Jenna Pollock with 5 kills here tonight. But just not able to find any type of rhythm offensively. Boston College now hitting below 100.
Babcock on the hit. It's going to be called out. And another point for Boston College. And we've seen they've been fairly productive out of their timeouts. They've done a great job at regrouping, taking a breath. And Coach Kennedy has done a great job at rallying the girls. Another Pitt error. It's going to be called out. Another point for the Eagles.
And that one off another great freshman for this Panthers team, Blair Bayless, seeing her first action of the night here in this third set.
A great block up at the net for the Eagles. And just like that, Amanda, we've seen them come out of these timeouts with a lot of steam, and they seem to be piecing a couple of things together. They're on a 4-0 run right now. Another block at the net. It's Julia Haggerty. She continues to build on that block total this season.
3 blocks here tonight, so kind of a quieter night at the net, as in her previous 2 games having 9 and 11 blocks. So much quieter tonight, but still getting in on the action, as, again, one of those errors. A 5-0 run, you're really starting to feel it if you're Boston College, trying to keep whatever momentum that you have going, and then it's just completely squashed with another service error.
The margin of error is closing for Boston College as they break that 5-0 run with an error. Kat Flood with the serve for the Panthers. A great attempt by Swanson trying to get in there for the dig, and she just can't get it. Panthers now 23-11. Panthers looking again, it's blocked. Julia Haggerty once again. I think she heard you talking about how she's been having a bit of a quiet night.
Yeah, and coming alive here in the third set, and great for Boston College to see. You just wonder, where was she in the first two sets? I mean, through the first two sets, only having 2 blocks.
Wokolo with a quick tap, a beautiful save by Swanson, keeping this point alive. Boston College all over this, a great rally between the two. Trying to keep it alive. Schroeder trying to get it over. A set coming up, and it looks like Jenna Pollock is gonna get the point on that one. And a whole lot of fire coming from BC late in the third.
But Coach Fisher looking to use a challenge here as well, getting in on the action. Coach Kennedy using 2 of his, and now Coach Fisher using 1, as I think in the rally, in the early portion of that rally is what they're saying, he thinks that the ball was actually down at some point. So we shall see what the replay shows.
Chandler Swanson, I believe, was on the attempted dig there. It looked like she had it. It was close. They're going to give it to Boston College, a very quick review there. Boston College now with 13 points. Dan Fisher.
And neither coach has been really happy with our down ref here tonight.
Dan Fisher still talking about this.
Patricia Salvatore, our down ref, and then Kurt Fulmer up on top of the net. And neither coach has been happy whenever they've been able to have their chance to get the point overturned. But it was really quick. Usually it takes at least a minimum of 60 seconds, and it seemed very quick that she went over there. But I mean, it could just be the definitive angle that she saw.
Oh, well, you know, it only takes one angle there to get a pretty definite answer. But it looks like Dan Fisher's still trying to get it overturned. Maybe some confusion on what the actual challenge was on.
And that's the thing. It's not one of those where it was in or out and you know definitively at the moment that he's looking for. It was early on in the rally, and that was quite a lengthy rally as well to find the exact spot. But it looks like the point will be going over to Boston College.
Well,
still waiting.
Yeah, a whole lot of confusion. You got Wokolo and Murphy both at the ref stand here.
And now tagging out for Alexis Akeo to go over and talk. You know, they just really didn't want this game to finish in 90 minutes, so we're just trying to extend it a little bit.
Alexis Akeo now in there, trying to plead the case of the Panthers. Anna Murphy patiently waiting for her turn, but it looks like there's confusion between both teams, the refs. I mean, you want to talk about a hard job. I mean, I can't imagine. You're nobody's friend when you're the referee.
That's why I always say that I love sitting up here, perched up above, looking down, and not having to be down there in the action, as the point is awarded over to Boston College. Patricia saying that ball went right off her hand. So we will continue on, I think, with the score sitting at 23-13. Boston College going on a quick run, but the Panthers trying to finish out and win their third consecutive ACC match by a score of 3-0.
Coach Fisher still a little bit disappointed in that call. You want to talk about just a man of detail. And you want to, that is Coach Fisher through and through. Vasquez Gomez, or excuse me, that's Babcock, making sure that that one is not up for debate. Bringing up the match point here for the Panthers. They're up 24-13. Olivia Babcock to serve for the Panthers. Pittsburgh fans on their feet. Babcock with the serve. Eagles getting it over. And off the hands of Wokolo, it's going to be a point for the Eagles.
Eagles trying to stay in it. The key will be to see if they can get on a good service run. The Panthers have been great in serve receive so far.
Wokolo gets it to the other side. A volley for the last point. Haggerty and Audrey Ross on there with the block. Keeping the hopes alive for the Eagles. They've got a ways to go. Now make it a single-digit deficit. Panthers get it over, and that is it. The Panthers will take this in a 3-0 sweep over Boston College.